Hello, welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Life After Beth. So, Life After Beth is kind of like a rom-com go zombie. And I was super excited for this film when I saw the trailers. I thought it looked hilarious from the material I had seen. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite live up to the hype. Doesn't mean it's a bad movie, but let's delve a little bit further into the film, starting with what it did well. To kick things off, our two main leads, Dane DeHaan and Aubrey Plaza, are fantastic. They play their roles so well. They are fully committed, especially Aubrey Plaza. She is all in for the entire transformation from like human, very normal Beth, all the way to like full out kind of zombie Beth. And I think she is game for anything. Some great stuff in there, and I thought she in particular was fantastic. Dane DeHaan is also really good at kind of like mopey, awkward teenager who just, you really connect to Dane as well, and you feel for him throughout the entirety of the film. And they both just play off each other well. They have a fun chemistry, and they make it work. Their love story is so fun to watch. Also, I thought Anna Kendrick was really great as well. She plays this kind of awkward girl, and I thought she pulled it off. I really thought she was fantastic. In addition, I think when this film is on, it is hilarious. There are some extremely funny gags, some really great physical humor, some of which is let on in the trailers themselves, as well as some great writing and great lines. I think it is a well-written comedy. It is, for the most part, a smart comedy, a well-crafted, intelligent movie. And I think that really comes across, and you're able to really get some great laughs out of not only the physical, but off of the lines that are coming out of the actors' mouths. So that's always a huge plus. And finally, I know the zombie craze has been kind of played out by this point, let's be honest. But I thought this was a very fun concept. I thought the human person in love with the zombie used-to-be person is a fun concept to explore, and it's a new portrayal of zombie that we haven't really seen. A much more humanized version that didn't get rid of all of their human aspects, and it was really fun to explore that. So the concept was great, and I love an original love story. And I think it did it way differently than Warm Bodies as well, because we did kind of explore this in Warm Bodies a little bit, but this was completely a different feel, a darker feel for the most part, and just a completely different take. So don't be too worried. I guess it isn't totally original. We have seen it a little bit before, but don't be too worried. It does not replicate Warm Bodies in tone or in feeling anything. So, what were my big issues with the film then that really kept me from loving it? I think the first two acts were great, and the third act, in my opinion, was a complete disaster because it just turns into a typical zombie apocalypse movie. And to me, this movie was much too smart for that. It had a completely different angle, a much more intelligent angle, and it was completely squandered, I think, by just trying to encompass the entirety of the town and bringing in all these other zombies and all this other stuff, and it didn't need that, and I wish it didn't have to do it. And I think it needed to just stay with that premise that we loved from the get-go of, Dane and Aubrey's characters and figuring out what a relationship between a human and a zombie would look like, because surprisingly, not enough time was dedicated to that concept, and they should have stayed there through the entire film, and I think it would have made the events that happen near the end more poignant. They would make them more realized and impactful, rather than just shoehorning in, we have to make this an actual zombie movie plotline. So that was a huge disappointment to me. I also think there are certain aspects of this film that are graphic for no reason, just gratuitous foolery. And I am going to explicitly call out one nudity scene that was completely unnecessary. It went for a cheap laugh, and it completely cheapened the movie and just drew me out of it. This was an intelligent film, a well-crafted film, and to just throw in a gratuitous nudity scene to get a cheap, quick laugh was just uncalled for me, and I hated it. I hated that one scene so much. But it wasn't the only one. I think there were some over-gratuitous moments throughout the entire film that I wish they would have just scaled back on. Maybe one or two of those is okay, but you just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. Really, I think you could have pulled back a little bit. And finally, I think the actors all had a shining moment, but really the supporting cast just overacted. In particular, the characters' parents, who are played by great actors and actresses. We have John C. Reilly and Molly Shannon on one side, and then we have Paul Reiser and Cheryl Hines on the other side, so great talent. And each and every one of them, I thought, had a shining moment of comedy. They really stole the spotlight for at least one moment in the film. And that one moment, I was like, why couldn't you stay in this realm? Because then they would just blast that away with just overacting, reaching for these weird comedy levels that just were not landing and were not working. And I just wonder why the director just let them run amok and just go crazy. Totally zany, ridiculous, not believable at all in this movie. I wish they would have just dialed it back and been more realistic parents here. And the brother, Dane DeHaan's brother in this film, also had some good moments and then just completely ridiculous, annoying moments where I was like, what? Why are you even here, really? But, so outside of Anna Kendrick, the acting cast overacted. Overall, I think this was a good film. I didn't hate it. I just left kind of, meh. I was hoping for amazing, and I got good, like a nice time out. If you like zombie movies, I think you'll like this one. It's a fun zombie movie. If you like romantic movies or romantic comedies, I think you will really like this as well. But don't go in expecting completely groundbreaking or anything revolutionary. Just a good film, and I would definitely suggest it as a matinee. Don't need to spend full price on this one. So, that is my review of Life After Beth. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't be scared to click like down below and then go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I love you all so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.